And then let me play some BGM. How is the audio balance, by the way? Let me know if the BGM is too loud or anything. Let me know. Hello, hello. BGM. Oishi. Audio seems okay. Okay, that's good. Oh my god, jump scare. Oh my gosh, jump scare. And I was like, money, hello, 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 everybody. You know what I ate today? I ate jjajangmyeon. 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 It's all business hours. Ayo. Hashtag Mario Live? No. My hashtag is hashtag Mari on air. MARIONAIR. That's my hashtag. Oh, it should be on the screen right now. Up top, Mari on air. So yeah. Jjajangmyeon today. I was hanging out with my friends yesterday, honestly. It was really fun, but my god, am I like tired? Because we walked a lot and we also went to like arcade and stuff together. And so I don't usually play games out in the arcade, but we were playing like Taiko no Tatsujin and like DDR and what's that one shuffle one? You know that one shuffle game? The dance shuffle one? I forgot what it's called. But yeah, we were playing like all those arcade games that you actually have to physically move. And my god. I don't think that's the... But yeah. My god. Got... a little bit tired. Not really like much muscle pain like overall. But from Taiko no Tatsujin. Oh my god, dude. Taiko no Tatsujin is like low-key crazy on the arms. It makes you like sweat so bad. You know? Hello. Hello, welcome in. You tired? Yeah. Yeah. But I did go to bed like pretty well, I guess. I think I slept pretty well. For the most part. Like I woke up mid-sleep, but still I feel like I got some pretty good sleep last night. Nah. Australian games, Australian like systems are always outdated. Always outdated. Thank you. So I was trying to like, fix my mic because it was like crooked. My mic was like crooked. I don't know why. Yeah, like Australian systems, I don't know what it is. It's always outdated. Like even like karaoke systems, it's always like it's a chance. If you're lucky, you go there the day they like update it, so it's like brand new. If you're unlucky, you could be like a year or even 2 years behind. It's like, hello? Like my garden? Thank you. I like, what's it called? Strawberries. I forgot what else there was. Strawberries. And more strawberries. 日本でも古いシステムはあるけどね。そうだよね。オーストラリアはあれなんですよ。最新でも運が良ければアップデートされたばっかり、運が悪ければ2年とかそれ以上の古さって感じですね。最新でも。Australia has not much interest in their stuff. I think it is true. I think it's partly because they don't have that much interest. As much interest. Like, obviously there is a certain level of interest, but not as much as other places. Naruhodo. Yes, naruhodo. Yeah. But like very, very... Like, I slept well, but I'm like... Still tired. My key systems. Oh, low-key doxing yourself there. Be careful about talking about the systems in general. Because I think, like, what's it called? There's certain systems that are only in certain areas. Like, I believe even in Japan, like the train system stuff, where the cards that you can get locally are kind of different. You know? The cards that you can get for like for different travel systems are depending on where you are from as well. Of course, you can use other cards in other places sometimes, I think, but yeah, just be careful when you're on the internet giving out information. Didn't realize, yes. True, yes. There's a lot of things like I feel like that can low-key like get you found out, like, alright, doxed. For Japan specifically, I believe like Suica is like you can use it other places, but it's just where you can get it. And I think Suica's gonna be like discontinued or something anyways, right? But like, what's it called? Say like, example, because I have a bunch of friends from like Osaka. But if you were to get like a card from Osaka, it could be, I think, like なんだっけ、Ikoka とか ICOCA or something like that. Yeah. Yes, Ikoka. Yeah, so depending on where you are, like the card that you can get, which you can technically use in other parts of Japan as well, but what's it called? It depends on where you get it from. So I guess if you say like you move somewhere and that's what you got or whatever, you could technically be like, I'm in this area kind of style. Yeah. I mean, I'm just using Japan as an example. But like, I think for Australia, I'm pretty sure, like I'm fairly sure that like one of the systems is only used in like Melbourne. Melbourne and Victoria or something like that. Thank you. Like my hairstyle? Very nice. I think also a lot of places in Australia they just allow you to use your phone and like not your phone, your credit card or debit card anyway, so it's cool. It's cool. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Bro, sometimes I feel like I have the most like crazy conversations with my friends. Like And it just all stems from like certain things, like very small things. Only Melbourne? Only Melbourne and Victoria. Like one system. And then another system? Wait, let me see. Let me double check. Because obviously I don't travel much. So I don't know much. There's also like on the right side of Australia, I believe. On the right side of Australia, they have like Opal card as well. And I believe I don't know what the left side of Australia does. Let's see. Perth travel card. Trans-Perth. Transport in Perth. Oh yeah, I mean technically they have a card, yeah. I remember I went to Perth like once in the past, and I was so confused. Like, I could not find, like, I don't think there is a there's still a couple of like airports in Australia that doesn't have like train stations connected to it. So like in Perth was one of them. I'm fairly sure, at least when I visited. I don't know if it's like updated now, but I'm fairly sure it did not have a train station that's like connected to it, right? And so I got so lost. I was like, where do I go? I'm like, where do I go? And I had to get on like a bus, but because I had no idea where I was going, I was so confused. I was like, what is happening? Yeah, so I was so confused, and I didn't know like how I could do something like, so you're running around and be like, can you use like card? And it's like, yeah, what card do you have? Debit card. You know? Buses are always confusing no matter the country, honestly. Dude, tell me about it. Honestly, Japan is not as bad for buses. Somehow, I don't know why. But like, Japan buses aren't as bad. Bus systems is confusing in any place, for real. For sure. For sure. But I did notice that Japan bus system is slightly easier to figure out than Australia. Like, some of the buses that I've seen has like even, it's written out on a screen, next stop, blah blah blah. Next stop, blah blah blah. It's like that. It just tells you what the next stop is going to be. And if you want to stop there, you can like press and whatever, right? Australia, you got none of that. You just have to look out the window and be like, oh, I think I'm in the right area. Like, what if you're going somewhere for the first time? You know? So yeah, Australia doesn't have like the, oh, next stop is here, blah 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 blah. Because it just goes through like the random streets and things like that. So you just have to know like your neighborhood. Yeah, 9 desu yo. No PA announcer or anything. No, they don't say anything. You just press the button when you want to get off, and they'll stop when they can. And they'll go. If you don't press the button, sometimes they won't even stop. 日本も場所によるかわからないんだよね。前か後ろか乗るのか。あ、前払い。あ、それもちょっとわかんないんだよね。それは確かに。Sounds so difficult? うん。I get told that you're supposed to ask the driver to tell you when to get off, but is an introvert. Ask the driver to tell you? I don't think anyone does that in Australia. Like the old station can't upgrade because can take too much money. I heard from some friends that like some areas now offer like free bus stuff, and I was like, wow, that's cool. Philippine buses are either you stop on only certain points for more expensive buses, or regular transport buses you can gamble and ride it even while standing up. What? Aren't you allowed to stand up in normal buses as well? Like the other buses? Like, I don't know. Once the seats get filled up, you stand up. 聞き忘れたら大変だ。そうだよね。まあ、大変なんだけど、そのオーストラリアはね、そもそもその聞くのがないんですよ。言ってくれない。今はここですとかないんです。And sometimes the bus doesn't even stop for you. You'll be like, please stop, and you'll just keep going. Yeah. Sometimes you're literally sitting at the bus stop and you put your hand up being like, I want to catch the bus. And the bus, like, even if it has, like, visibly has more seats. And then it just goes past. You're like, hello? Hello? Can you, like, pick me up? So that's like, that's one thing I don't. And that's also, I really don't like buses. Bus meccha kirai. I mean, it's cause like what's it called? I also get bus sick in general. I get car sick if I sit for a long time and it smells like petrol. But buses are way worse because it shakes so much more, and also like cause it's like it also usually smells like weird. At least in Australia. Sometimes you need dramatic way to call a stop if you're the only person at the bus stop. Sometimes that doesn't work in Australia. It's just the bus, it depends on whether the bus driver is nice or not. Yeah. And also, the other thing about buses in Australia is that they're so late. Like, sometimes buses can be like a whole hour late. Like, I kid you not. And there's like literally a whole hour late, and that's the only bus you can take. It doesn't matter. So you have to like plan like so far forward to be able to get to places. What? No way. Bus no nioi de. そうなんですよね. I get like bus sick so bad. I prefer trains in general. Buses are just more magical than... trains are just more magical than buses anyways. You rarely see movies or books about buses. Trains, on the other hand... What about the magic school bus? Sorry, I'm like hating on buses, but then the second someone says something like about like no one cares about buses anyways, and I'm like, what about the magic... I start defending it straight away. It's tough for introverts. Yeah, true. Ireland might as well just walk. Yeah, but you can't walk the distance, because if you walk it, it's gonna be like more than an hour. Isn't it those buses where the wheels convert into train-like stuff? I don't know. What about horses? My little pony. My little pony. What can I say? You know, I'm hating on the buses, but I gotta defend it when like what's it called? Credit is due. Natsukashi. Man, My Little Pony. I haven't watched it in a long time. My first My Little Pony movie was like one that my doll sister showed me, and it was like really old. Like it's really really old. I wasn't even human yet when it was like released. But like the movies, it was like it's the one where there's like humans in the My Little Pony world, and there's like 3 witches. Like 2 of them are like the siblings, and there's like a mother witch or something like that, and they eat like worm sandwiches or whatever, and like they have like sludge or whatever. It's like that. And I just remember the art style for that one, Loki, looks so pretty, because like some of the ponies had like actual gem looking eyes. Like their eyes look like gems, and it was so cool. Imagine horse station. I feel like that'd just be like a stable, like back, you know, those like fantasy stories where like they have horses and they just have like those stables, and they bring their own like feed or whatever, right? And then they just put the feed in, and you have like a little cargo like wagon behind the horse or something, like for certain horses, and then you just have the feed in that, you know. Shiny eye too shiny. It's so pretty though. Bringing back so many memories. Yeah. My Little Pony Loving You a Little. Nice. I don't think I ever actually watched that show. Ooh. It's pretty cool though. Yeah. Now that you said it, it makes sense. Bring the yeah, it's just like a stable, and you bring your own horse. It's like no, actually, if you think of it, the idea could apply to like bicycles, like where there's like there's public bike parking areas, a bit like that, right? 馬って輝いてるよな。どういうこと？あ、そうか。まあ、馬にもよるんじゃない？ Yeah. Do you guys know how to ride a bike? I do know how to ride a bike, but I haven't ridden a bike in at least 12 years. At least, at the very minimum, 12 years. I don't. I keep falling. Oh, on your head. Make sure you wear a helmet. I can ride a bike though. I know how to. I just haven't ridden one for like at least 12 years. But I was pretty good at them, like riding bikes. Not safe enough to ride on the road with cars. Neither are cows. Neither are horses. Horses on car places are not safe. It's muscle memory though, so I think you'd be fine. I mean, I'd say I'd be fine because I went rollerblading for the first time in like 15 years, I'm pretty sure. I think I went rollerblading for the first time in 15 years and I did not fall over once. I was perfectly fine. I just went wee, and I could go super fast as well, like weaving through people. So I feel like I should be fine. You'll never forget how to ride a bike, which is crazy. Whoa. You have to ride a truck. Oh my gosh. Okay, the way I learned how to ride a bicycle, was using a broken tricycle. No, not a tricycle. No, I lied. The way I learned how to ride a bike was a bicycle that had training wheels, but one side was broken, so it was really lopsided. So it was actually harder to balance on. And so I fell so many times, but I ended up learning. So I actually got really good at riding the bike. Like, even on like bumpy roads and stuff, I still won't fall. 最近乗ってないな。そう。マリアも乗ってない。But I feel like I could probably do stuff. Rollerblading is fun. 自動自転車の加速がすごくてビビった。わー When it gets fast and it does get scary, but I think once you get used to it, it's like fine. Most of the time. You just have to get used to it, really. I wonder how large the gap in skill between biking and unicycling is. Oh, I've never attempted unicycling, but like, I'd imagine like actually getting on for the first time is probably the hardest part, right? Learning how to get on, because like most of the time I'd say like once you get like the momentum going, you can probably keep going. I was notable in my family for being able to ride a bike without training wheels at like 6 years old or so. Wow! Congrats! Hello, welcome in! 一輪車うまそうだけど、いや、乗ったことないんですよ。一輪車。I have never tried riding it before. Are you planning on getting your driver's license? See, I had my, like... In Australia, I had my learner's driver license, but I never really drove because I would just not go outside anyways. And if I go outside, I'll just try and, like, catch public transport and stuff. In Japan, I feel like that's even more of the case. I don't think I would get my driver's license soon at all because I have friends who I can like ask to drive, and if not, I'll just catch the public transport. Motorcycle license? Nah. In Japan, I think they have those like rental like bike area stuff like quite regularly. There's like all these different ones. I saw them actually in Australia, they have it too, but I think it's cool because you can rent like either a scooter or a bike, and you just put your phone on it, and it links to like another area, and it does that. I haven't ridden it because I'm too scared. I'm like, I need someone else to also try ride to go with me at the same time for me to try it out. I feel like just once, if I do it once, I should be fine. But yeah, I'm a bit too scared of it there. I'm like, oh, just use my other alternatives instead. You know, use my other alternatives. So yeah, maybe a motor. So I don't think I would ever ride a motorbike. Uber, but you rent a scooter? I don't know if it's Uber. Like, it's definitely not like Uber, because there's like these stations where you park the scooters and stuff, right? And then you have an app on your phone that you connect to it, and then you rent it, and you put like, I want to go to this like area where you can park it. And then so you put there's like a little holder for your phone, and it guides you to that area, and once you get to that area and you park it again, it like automatically stops, and you just pay for however long it took you to get there and whatever. So stuff like that. Start with using it to go to closer places? No, as in like, I just don't want to ride it by myself, since I don't know for sure if I don't have enough patience to actually read through stuff. So if someone else is there, it just makes it easier. 独立のためには必要です。それは。日本？日本は都内に住んでたらあんまりいらなくない？ I feel like if you live within the city areas in Japan, you don't really need a what's it called? A 免許ってなんだっけ? License. You don't need a license. In Australia, definitely, if you want to be like, if you want to live easier, you should have a license. But no. 都内は車いらない. Yeah, like I think in Japan, like the fee to actually like park your car is really high, especially in like city areas. In the countryside, it's used like different 必須。それはそうだね。まあどこでもそうかもしれないけど。In Australia, there, even in like more city areas, it's a lot easier on you if you know how to ride like if you know how to drive. Such a translated comment. 自転車でなんとかする。まあ。I guess so. When you want to own a car, you gotta have a good parking space that's not occupying the road. There isn't really road parking in most areas. こんばんは. I mean, even in Australia, like city areas, parking is difficult, but most houses come with parking there. 日本になんとかしてる。自転車ってあれ？なんか電気が入ってる自転車？ There's the automated parking structures, no? Those are called automated? What do you mean by that? Oh, those are like really expensive, I'm pretty sure. I mean, even in Australia, like parking in city areas are expensive, so I guess that's that. But at least like Australia, like when you're slightly, like even just a tiny bit away from the city areas, you have a lot more like public parking areas too, where you can park for free. わ、漢字が読めない。多分自転車のI drove in Perth and it was so much easier than driving in Tokyo. That's because the roads are really, really wide. In Australia, in general, most of the time the roads are really wide. In Perth, is even more. Perth has so much space and so little people and stuff that it just has so many road area to drive on. And because there's not that many people, there's not as often you'll be cut into like a what's it called, traffic jam or anything. You don't get traffic jam that often as well, right? And then what's it called? Because there's not really any many public transport in Perth, driving is really, really important. I misspelled 自転車や。全然大丈夫。東京はむしろ車が不便。Yeah, in Tokyo areas, sometimes it actually takes longer to get a taxi even. If you hail a taxi, it takes longer for the taxi to get from point A to point B because there's so many people and so much traffic that it takes longer. Obviously there are other places that it's faster to go by car, but most of the time low-key catching trains are just easier when it is in the city areas, in Tokyo at least, I think. From what I've seen at least. I'm studying about Alice in Wonderland? Wow. Even e-bikes now require a license and registration in Japan. Don't you have to register your bike regardless? Regardless? ご返還. All the roads are to the left side in Australia. Driver's seat on the right side. Keep to the left, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold up. Yes, drive to the left. Driver's seat is on the right side for cars in Australia. Not to say taxi is always trying to scam some extra money too. Not always, no. Not always. There was once I took a taxi because I had to be somewhere at a certain time for work related stuff. And the taxi was like, do you want to use the highway, the fast thingy? And I was like, no, I'm good. Because I had plenty of time. I was like, no, I'm good. I think just regular, not highway is gonna be not too much slower anyways. And then they were like, oh, but it's gonna be faster if you go the highway, so I'm gonna go the highway. And they go the highway anyways. But the highway happened to be under construction or something. So they were like, oh, sorry, I couldn't make the right turn, so I have to go back anyways. And they made me late because they didn't listen and went on the highway when I said, no, I don't need highway. Australia, 運転手が右側に座ってて、で車は左通行です。So anyways, they didn't charge it. No. They actually refunded me the entire fee. I got a free ride, guys. They couldn't because I had called them on an app. So they get automatic payment. So they get the payment and everything. But then when I got to the place, they were so sorry for the trouble. Because of them, I was really late. And so they were like, here's a refund. And then gave me a full refund. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. Honestly, if I did not get that refund, I probably would have been on the app. But because they gave me a refund, I was just, I'm just gonna pretend that never happened and just go to work. It's fine. You know? イギリスと同じだからか。いや、わかんないね、それは。Must have felt embarrassed? Maybe. I let it pass. That's right. I let it pass because of that. But I was if they didn't what's it called, give me the refund, I probably would have written a review being I said not to use the highway, and they still used the highway, which made me go late and charge me more. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. Niji get in Malaysia. We'll see. I'll be what's it called? Participating in it. Yippee! 真似だったんだっけ? わかんない. I don't understand road rules that much. I don't drive, so I don't know. I only see, I only understand from what I can see, and not really from what I know, you know? 持ってないよ. まあ、オーストラリアのはある。I have the Australian one. Actually, it's already expired, so not anymore. But because they expire pretty soon, I feel like. People only leave a review if they really hated the service or they really loved it. Yeah, I was like, if they didn't give me that refund, I would have been the one leaving like a bad review. Because it would have been like, I feel like it would have been justified for me to leave a bad review for that. 運転うまくないと思うよ。なんか奥行きがないからさ。I don't have like depth perception for my eyes. My eyeballs are so bad, dude. Sometimes I walk into walls. So I feel like I don't think I would be that good at driving. Like I can ride a bike just fine. But I don't think I'd be good at driving. I mean, I feel like I can drive. Like I wouldn't be surprised because I drove a car on a farm, and it was like kind of like small areas, but I still didn't crash. But so I feel like I could drive. It's just everything, like my eyes plus the ADHD is really probably not great for driving because of eye patch. I mean, maybe, but also just because my eyes. I would definitely be overwhelmed by busy streets. And also I have what they call astigmatism. So when I look into lights, it like goes swing, big star. The drift queen. I don't know about that. You have that too? Astigmatism? When you look into the eye. Bro. I actually think it's because I used to be a doll that when I became a real girl, like in my real girl form, like whenever, like my eyes just kept getting worse and worse for a while. I think it's because my eyes were too used to being a doll. That in my real girl form, it just like deteriorated so fast. So I had to like wear glasses not even 3 years into being a real girl. Okay. Like I think like 2 years into being a real girl, I already needed glasses. I refused to wear them though. I refused to wear them even though I was blind as heck. Until like I absolutely could not see anything. Like it got to a point where even when I was sitting in the front of the classroom, I still could not see the whiteboard. I still couldn't see the whiteboard, even sitting at the front of the classroom. So then I started wearing glasses at the time. But then I went straight into like contacts. But then my eyes got super dried out, so then I went back to glasses. And then like a little bit more recently, like after I joined Nijisanji, and mostly mostly in order for me to be able to use VR headset like without too much discomfort, I got Ortho-Ks, which are night contacts that are made of glass. They're like contacts that's made of glass that like shape your eyes so that you can see during the day without wearing anything. Downside to it is that you're not allowed to wear colored contacts. I mean, you're not meant to wear colored contacts, but some people still do. So if you want to cosplay, it might not be great. But actually, funny story. Are they reusable? Yeah. The glass contacts, yeah. Most contacts are reusable. Actually, like having 2 week contacts usually are actually better because the quality is slightly higher, according to my optometrist. But anyways, so the Ortho-Ks, you can use them for, I think they said like 3 to 5 years. You just gotta make sure you have like regular checkups on your eyes. Actually, they say you can just keep using the same pair as long as you keep looking after it well, because they can crack, they can like break and everything as well. But funny story about my Ortho-Ks. The other day, like I think yesterday, because I was so tired from like hanging out with my friends for an entire day. Like I hung out with my friends the entire day, right? So I was like physically tired and also a little bit mentally tired because socializing is tiring, guys. But anyways, I was like so tired. And I went to like put my Ortho-Ks on to like go to bed. So I put one on and I was like, okay, let me put the other one on. And I put it on and I touched my eyeball and everything. And I went to walk around and I was like, wait, why does my eyes look like weird? Like why does the one side that I put on first I can see perfectly fine out of, and the one on the other side looks a bit blurry? Because the way Ortho-K works is that it fixes your eyeball. And then throughout the day it like kind of like goes back into its original shape. Not fully. So you can see pretty well for most of the day. But like it starts going back. And so like by the end of the day, it's slightly more blurry. But when you have the contacts on itself, it's as if you're wearing regular contacts. Just they're made of glass, so it's a little bit more uncomfortable. And so when you put the contacts in, you're like, you can see really clearly. So I had one eye that had the contacts in and one eye that was like slowly like returning to normal eyesight. So I was like, why is this this eye like not like visible? Also, I know I wear eye patch all the time, but I still need to wear contacts on my eye patch eye because it's just how my eyes work. And so like I looked, I was like, I put on the contact. I was like, where did it go? So I was looking everywhere and I found out that it actually dropped onto the floor and I didn't notice it. Holy yeah. I was like, if I lost this contact, I thought it went to the back of my eye or something. I was like, if I lost this contact, I'll be blind. I'll be blind because my spare pair and my spare glasses, I didn't bring with me on my trip. I was like, I did not bring my glasses with me on my trip. So I would have been blind out of one eye. She can see through the eye patch? I can. I know like you guys can't see my eye, but I can see you. Even with the eye patch on. It's because it's magic, guys. It's magic. たまにコンタクトを外し忘れて大変なことになる。そうだよね。I'm sure it's also because Marini needs contacts to reduce her eye power in case her eye patch is... So yeah, I can see through this eye patch even though, like, what's it called? You can't see my eyeball. You're doing the peace emoji. You're doing the peace emoji, guys. Peace emoji. Oh, flushed face. That's right. I can see even with my eye that's not eye patched closed. Because I can see through this eye patch. You just can't see me. That's how magic works, guys. She's not lying. What the? She's a sorcerer. 魔法なんです。これは魔法なんです。そう。What am I saying? I forgot. なんだ魔法か。なるほど。Would you ever change your eye patch design? For daily use, this eye patch is the most effective to hold my power. Alright. To like, not hold my power, but like this eye patch is the most effective to keep my power in check, right? So that it doesn't like break the world. But for photo shoots and sometimes for like my cover songs and my other things, for photo shoots, sometimes I do change the eye patch. I think if you have a look at my cover songs and my other things that I actually make like design art and stuff for, you can see different types of eye patches, and that's the reason why. So for day-to-day use, so for streams and stuff, I think I will probably have this particular eye patch for like always. You're not gonna have like a different type of eye patch for regular streams. But for photo shoots or like non-moving ones, sometimes yes. 素敵な魔法ですわね。イエン。So yeah. But like this eye patch, yeah, it's just if I take it off for too long, the world explodes. So I really gotta. It's just too much power, you know, too much power that is hard to control, and so I gotta like debuff myself somehow. It must be contained. That's right. It must be contained. What was I saying? I forgot. ツインテーも可愛い。ありがとう。But my hairstyle there, I want to do more hairstyles. Not that I got any more outfits on the way yet. Kind of unlucky. Kind of a bit unlucky on getting tickets. Cool. Thank you for the 7 months. Hope you're having a great day. I've barely done anything in the day. I went to eat food, and that's it. I woke up, procrastinated a whole bunch, went to eat food, and that's it. But yesterday I hung out with my friends and did a lot of stuff. You know, 髪型みたい。今ね、実はほいこれとか、ほいこれとか、これいつもの髪型。So yeah, I have like 4 hairstyles right now, but once again, in my cover songs and stuff, I tend to have more different hairstyles, so make sure to check them out. Hashtag that is a lie. Procrastination is not good. So yeah, I have a few different hairstyles. Okay. Okay. Guys, I watched I've been watching a few different animes in general, but one of the ones that looks so pretty, like the art is so pretty. I think you guys talked about it when we were talking about animes that we watched and stuff. But it was called なんだっけ、とんがり帽子のなんとかMr. Keyfree. Oh my gosh. Witch Hat Atelier. Yes, Witch Hat Atelier. とんがり帽子のアトリエ、それですね。It's so pretty. The art is so pretty. My gosh. And I feel like it's such a realistic thing, being like, this is how magic is drawn. Like, imagine it's actually real, and then you drew something and it just becomes real. Who's your favorite? There's only been 3 episodes out, so it's a bit early to choose your favorite. The animation is crazy. I just borrowed the first 3 books so far. It's so faithful to the manga as well. I heard that they worked really hard, and like for the outfit designs and stuff, apparently they got the original manga artist to like kind of like design how it would work physically, and they actually like made the stuff physically to make it as good as possible. Oh girls, you know, love this anime. It's so pretty. Like, it's beautiful. That's like the art style and the movements of the characters is so like beautiful. I've heard good stuff about that one. Yeah, it's just like eye candy, and so far the story is pretty nice as well. Obviously there's only 3 episodes out, so it's like a bit too early to judge for me. I haven't read the manga, but I heard from people who have read the manga that they really like it, so I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it as well. Yeah, what else am I watching? I'm watching it's the Always a Catch, an observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess. And descendants of a bookworm. Sorry. I can't sit still, so I'm like playing with stuff and I just accidentally dropped it. What's that about? Which one? Which one? Always a catch or the other one? All those three? No, not all of them actually. 2 of those 3 have isekai elements to it. Oh, the observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess is about this. The main character is the fiance of the person that got isekai, and this girl is like isekai'd into the villainess of the story, and then she's just like, oh my god, like I need to like make sure that you and the heroine are gonna have a good life because that's how you will be happy. And then the guy's just like, what the heck is this girl talking about? Like, why am I being paired with some random girl I don't even know? And so the guy who is really high IQ, low EQ kind of vibe stuff, he's like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna observe her because she's quite interesting. And that's how it goes. And she's trying so hard to be like, yeah, you should get together with the heroine, you know, because that's how you're gonna be happy, you know. And then he's just like, I'm not interested in the heroine. You're more interesting to me than the heroine is. She's a backseater a little bit, and so like, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and it's kind of a unique, I feel, as well for the isekai series, where the main character itself, you're watching not from the person who got isekai'd, but you're watching from the person from a different standpoint, you know, since it's like the person that you're watching the show from, viewing the stuff, the happenings from, is someone who's not isekai'd and just being told that the other person is isekai. And then so you get all the thoughts being like, that's so weird. Like, I mean, imagine this, right? You're in the real life and someone around you, like someone next to you, just goes, I was isekai'd into this world and you're destined to be with this random girl that you've never ever met before. How would you react? Right? So that's what the show is about, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Hello, welcome in. So yeah, how would you react if that happened though? Like, someone in your life, say your best friend, just suddenly one day wakes up and it's just like, okay, I know, like, I'm technically your best friend, I know that, but like, I just woke up this morning and I found out that I was isekai'd into this body, and like, I saw your future because you're actually living in a game. I know your world is really realistic, it's a super realistic game, but you're in a game and you are destined to be with the Prime Minister's son or something like that. And you'll be like, huh? You know, it would be like so strange. I feel like you wouldn't believe it, right? Exactly. So I feel like that's like what the premises of the anime is about, and it's pretty interesting because of that. Probably go along with them but not believe it. You would believe them? Wow. Don't get scammed. I believe my friends. I see. I feel like I would go along with it, and if they tell me to do something, I'll do it, but I would still hold like a certain level of doubt. Like, they'll be like, yes, this will happen. I'll be like, oh, hey, that's cool. And then they'll be like, oh, make sure you be careful on this day. I'll be careful, but I won't take it like too seriously as well. Like, if the stuff they say happens, cool. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen kind of vibes. I feel like that's what my take for it would be. I would still do the stuff if they say like you will what's it called, lose your job if you go to this specific place, then I won't go to that specific place. Playing it safe, exactly. Like, I will listen to their warnings, but I would also, like, if the stuff that they say will happen, that is positive doesn't happen, then I'll be like, that's fine. Snowball? I don't actually. Is that also a show? Konnichiwa. Snowball Earth. 10 years after saving Earth with his robot friend Yukio, Tetsuo returns to planet of endless ice and snow. You actually are our strongest magic user in our world. I know. I'm the strongest magic user anywhere. Yeah, but obviously I would only do that. Like, I would only believe it if it's like my close friend. So if my best friend came up to me and be like, Marini, you need to like stop streaming for 1 week, because if you stream during this 1 week, you're gonna be in big trouble. I'll be like, okay, I won't stream for a week. You know? And then I'll go back afterwards. Even if I, like, nothing would happen if I streamed that week, I probably would still do it if my best friend told me. Sounds like a best friend is joining a cult or something. It would sound like that, right? If someone got isekai, I feel like the biggest reaction would be like, in this current modern day society, it would be like, did they just join a cult? Sounds like... My stream froze when you said you needed to stop streaming, so I thought it was an elaborate bit. Oh god. I feel like I've done something similar to that before, but not today. That kind of explains the less streams you have recently. No? I mean, maybe? No. I've just been busy recently. I haven't been able to. I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow either. The day after, I'm going to do a very short stream. Very short stream. But yes, I'll still keep posting like my shorts in general as well. Yeah. It's okay. Safety is the most important stuff. I know, right? Everybody stay safe as well. Yep. Yep. Yeah, yeah. Of course, like, and also we have Niji Fest coming up soon. How soon? Isn't it in like, I don't know, like 3 weeks? A little bit more than 3 weeks. I feel like I did something wrong. Every single friend doesn't reply to your messages. 2 options. 1, you may just be overthinking it. 3 options. 2, maybe you said something that is like a little bit difficult for them to answer. 3, maybe you did do something wrong, and like the best way around it is to ask a friend, like, hey, did I do something wrong? 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks and a little bit. Next month. It's pretty soon. Pretty soon. Have you tried Dance the Stance from Brain Rot? I have, and it's already posted up on my shorts. So make sure you watch my shorts that has been posted daily recently from 8 p.m. JST every single day. You'll have to scroll through my shorts a little bit to find it though, because I've danced a lot of them. 二次創作でもマリリンの板場いっぱい見た。え、本当？え、それは嬉しい。Apparently at like the I think it's like a fan event for like a Nijisanji fan event. There was a lot of like Marini like me ita bags for me. Looking forward to it. You do karaoke? Yeah, I'm part of the karaoke. The karaoke stage. But there's a couple of other things that I'm doing as well. So, yeah. Nijisanji. I have a friend who always carries my puppet around with her. She always carries my puppet around her. Unless she's hanging out with me. Thank goodness. Whenever she's hanging out with me, she puts it away. But like she says, I always have this. I always have this, like, what's it called? Your puppet, just like sitting on my bag. And then I was waiting at like a lights at one point when I was hanging out in this with my other friends. And then some random person was staring at my bag, and they showed me their Ita bag, and it was also something from someone from your company. And I was like, こんばんマリリン。仕事終わりにマリリンのかわいい声がしみますね。しみますって合ってる？スパチャありがとう。こんばんは。お疲れ様です。Oats and curry on your work. にゃんぱーす。正解。やったー。I have your puppet nearby on my desk too. Yippee! Let's go. Oshigoto. Puppet. いや、お仕事お疲れ様です。I feel like I've gotten able to like read more kanji in general. にゃんばーすー。Imagine that guy who stares at the puppet and also say, hey, I'm also a big fan of her too. I'm also a member too. Can you imagine? There's like, yeah! Have I ever talked about why my aisatsu? My greeting is maririn? I feel like I have in the past. I just got reminded because of Nyampasu. Nyampasu! You're getting better about reading kanji. Yay! So working and watching your streams at the same time. Good luck with your work. Yeah, I think so. I got reminded by Nyampasu. Is wearing a bracelet as a necklace, tiny puppet. Oh, that's so cute! I used to make little bracelets by myself. There could be a secret maripet anywhere. True. Yeah, my greeting, maririn, it came from two things. So, I thought of it like myself. I made it up myself. One reason is because I was thinking of something that's like not too generic, like hello or konnichiwa or like a konbanwa, and like mixing it with like a name or something. And then I was like, I didn't want something too generic. So then Nyampasu is like technically what they use to in non-biori to say hi, like not hi, but like aisatsu, right? So kind of, at least that's what they used in the show. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something different. And I was like, my name, and it came from like the voice pack that we had at the beginning. In the beginning, when we had the welcome voice pack, you know how there's like a ringtone one or like a phone call one, I think. Instead of like the ring and like the bring, I was like, what if I mix my name into that? And that became Mari Ring, like ring, you know, ring. So that's why Mari Ring became my greeting. But also, it also became a nickname, probably because it's catchy. You know, I can see that it's pretty catchy, so I don't blame it becoming a nickname as well. And then I just ran with it. Because it became a nickname, I ran with it. Mariding! So now it's both my nickname and my greeting. Yeah. You see? Pokemon Center の音。リンリンマリリン。そう。マリリン。It's like a phone ringtone. Ring. That's fun to know. But yeah, the idea stemmed off of, like, the reason why I ended up using it as a greeting is because I was like, oh, ring. Like, ring on the phone. Mari ring. Okay, that's cool. And then saying something like, kon mari ring. or like konmaria could also work, but I was like, that feels a bit generic. So I was like, let's do something different, and that's how it ended up. And yanpasu is one of the what's it called? Inspirations for it, yes. Inspirations. Do 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 do. All right. Marrying tone voice pack. Get my debut voice, and you'll have one. Technically, you'll have like a high quality recorded one. If you buy my voice pack, my debut voice pack, the link is in the description, right? The debut celebration voice pack. Oh, and also our little secret voice pack is currently out. Where is it? There's a bunch of permanent sales as well for voice packs too. Hold on, let me scroll down. Awoke. Where's my debut? Yes, debut voice is still available for buying because I think it never runs out. The first step voice. So it's labeled as first step voice. There is alarm sound, booting up sound, ringtone sound, secret sound A, secret sound B, or you can get them all for $6.23 USD. You can get a high quality ringtone. It's a permanently sold voice set apparently. For the all pack, there is apparently a bonus. Apparently, there's a bonus digital wallpaper and a Japanese and Chinese script. I did not even remember that. But yes, you can still get it. The ringtone, I can't remember if it was the ringtone sound or the alarm sound. It's either one, either or, but you can still do. Well, yeah, see. Yeah. See, if you want a high quality one and you want to like use that as the ringtone or alarm, that's from debut times. 最近マリアンちゃんのファンになったものです。やったー、嬉しい。According to Niji voice app, I had 125 voices of you. Oh my god, the app was pretty cool. I heard that it's like only in Japan. Oops, dropped a couple of frames just there. I heard it's only in Japan, but like it sounds pretty cool to have like the what's it called? The voice app. Also, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your continued support. Yippee! ありがとうございます. But yeah, it's like the first step voice is like the, what do you call it? Like the all-in starter pack. Support starter pack. You know? Your translator drives me crazy. Why? Why is that? If it's driving you crazy, just look at my face. Marrying existence starter pack. If it's driving you crazy, look at my face. If it's... You want to be supported? This sounds like we're in some sort of like therapy. It's like a therapy situation. Welcome, and today we're going to talk about how we can support yourself. Support yourself emotionally. Everybody. making sure you have time to relax after a long day of work is really important to be able to feel supported mentally. Having a friend who is there to listen to you is also very helpful in this. I accidentally muted my mic. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not know the first thing about therapist or psychology. I'm just making it up. Monitoring therapy voice back. I feel like that's not good. It would be illegal. Yes. Disclaimer, I'm not licensed. I am also not a therapist. I am also not a psychologist. I am not a doctor. You would pay for it. You would pay for it, would you? マリリンのことは2時3時歌謡祭とかで知ってはいたけど、当時のは EN の枠気になるけど英語わからないから日本語でコメント大丈夫なんかなって思ってた自分に言い聞かせたいくらい楽しい枠だから気にせずに入っていっておいてありがとういやめっちゃ嬉しいそれは They're like, what's it called? I think I hear that quite a lot from like JP viewers. They're like, oh, like I know you from certain events within Nijisanji, but because you're an EN and I only know how to speak Japanese, I don't know if I can just comment in Japanese or what. But they still have fun or stuff like that. So I'm really thankful for that. ありがとうね. For legal reasons, this voice pack is a work of fiction and is not authorized by Psychologists Association. I could do like maybe I could do like an ASMR, like roleplay ASMR style thingy where it's just what's it called? What is it called? Therapy session ASMR. And then the first thing, for legal reasons, this stream is a work of fiction and is not authorized by any therapist or doctor or psychologist in the world. I could do something like that probably. And at the beginning, you just have to say it in a nice way and it'll be nice. One of those guided relaxation things. I feel like that's like a little bit alright. 気にしないでおいでって言ってくれる方がいっぱいいるから。そうですよね。Let's do that one time and maybe not soon, but maybe. I have ideas that I need to work on. Would that mean we get a Dr. Marini outfit? Not anytime soon. I have so many outfit ideas and not enough outfit tickets that I won't be able to, but maybe one day when I get an abundance in tickets. Who knows? I feel like I would probably go for nurse over doctor though. Sing a lullaby, I'm tired. That's so demanding. The heck? Someday soon. I mean, all I will do is just continue working hard. I'll continue doing my best, working hard through everything. Yippee! Nurse. Joining in Maririn voice pack therapy. She's gonna scream a lullaby instead. Oh my god! You know, I found out that, you know how there's like Screamer, right? I think my stream stopped working for a little bit. Hold up. I'm gonna wait for my stream to stabilize a little bit first. Please stabilize. Stream? Okay. Anyways, what's it called? I found out, you know how there's like Screamer, like death vocals? The death vocals and stuff. Apparently, there's something called Angel Screamer as well. It's okay on my end, thanks. I just in case. Like, apparently there's something called like Angel Screamer, which is sounding like a whisper scream, like a. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I can do that screamer instead. I do have a lullaby song. Doll's Dream. Ortho-K screaming. Yeah. I'm good at whistling though. Tokuyo? Whistling. Hold up, I just choked on my own spit. Oh wow. It's a rare arcane skill. I'm jealous. I can do my original song, original songs. I'm pretty sure I could probably do Lunaria as well. I need to drink water. Okay, I don't even know if I can go that high whistling. I don't think I can. I'd have to start off lower. Yeah. Takasugite dekinai. What's the actual pitch? Hold up. This is my original song. Lunaria. No. Wait, hold up. Yeah. Technically can. Woo, headbanging right now. Thank you. I can feel some wind is blowing out from my speaker. Sheesh. Pachi pachi arigato. Umai. Arigato. Thank you so much for the super, by the way. You own 20 mugs? Pachi pachi arigato. My god, I was like messing with my friends the other day. Messing around with my friends the other day, like just chatting. And then we're talking about like whistling and like whistling fast. So you know like rush E, like the right? I was like, you could technically that's the fastest I can whistle, I think. The same note at least. 6ヶ月ありがとう、こんまりりん。Gamesters, welcome to the dollhouse. Yeah, when it's like... It gets so tiring, but yeah, the lip muscles get like sore. 得意やで。マリアで口笛得意やで。It's my strength. Alright guys, I am gonna chat just a little bit longer, but I'm gonna have a quick bathroom break. A real quick bathroom break. And then we're gonna come back chat just a little bit more. This one? Bathroom. Be right back. Be right back. Tadaima Rin! I have returned. Oh, I have returned. Yes, welcome to those who just joined the membership. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try to do more membership streams as well. I know I said I was streaming yesterday, but by the time I ended up getting back from hanging out with my friends, I was way too tired to stream. Okaeri Yonaguni! You stare so hard that I panicked. Fire on the Tadaima Rin! My gosh, yes, you're so real. The One Piece is real. I saw it I saw it a couple weeks ago in Japan. In Japan. Okaeri Yonetto. Tadaima Rin. Tadaima Rin. Listen to your voice pack. That's super cute. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for getting what's it called? My voice pack. The real One Piece? Who's watching One Piece, by the way? I think I'm watching I'm watching the newest season of One Piece as well. Your debut voice pack has your debut voice jump scare. Marioette! My debut voice is just my voice when I was sick. My debut voice is just my voice when I'm sick and still trying to sound the same. I had COVID back then, guys. COVID. Fun fact I never knew until now. That's right. Pure voice get ってこと ちょっとかも。なんかね、ちょっとね、デビュー当時はちょっとなんて言うんだろう、偶然にコロナにかかっちゃって、それでちょっと声やられてました。 Can you skip One Piece seasons or they're all heavily connected? I would say you will be really confused with certain things if you skip, but I don't know, I feel like it's better to watch. But I know there are fillers. There are definitely filler episodes, because, and the reason why there are fillers is because while they were releasing the anime, they had caught up to the manga, and so in order for them to continue the story, they have to filler it. So yeah, there are a few anime only arcs, but it's pre-time skip. Yeah. So yeah, sick voice pack set, kind of rare. Not as rare as I would like it to be. Sometimes I just have to record it and like my voice sounds a little bit like karaoke, like hello. Soka. Recommended not to skip. Honestly, it's better for understanding the stories. Yeah. Guys, you know how it's possible to like, for different breeds of animals to be like mixed and stuff, like within like an animal, like say 2 different dog breeds mixed. I know it's not always ethical. I understand it's not always ethical, but I was having a conversation with my friends and we were talking about, what if you mix a human with a cow? What would the difference be? And then the conversation kind of went a little wild, you know. But like, okay, so I think I read somewhere in the past where you're actually able to like scientifically induce a pregnancy using like, what's it called, two girls. One girl, you can use the bone marrow that's in their spine or something, and you'll be able to like fertilize an egg in order to be able to, what's it called, make a baby, right? So apparently that is possible. It's just very difficult to do or something like that. I don't know where I read this from, but I read it somewhere. So I was like, if that really is possible, would you be able to do that with like other animals? Say like a cow? Because we were eating and on the menu there was bone marrow, right? So I was like, do you think if it wouldn't be cloning though, because you're getting 2 different people's DNAs. Like the other person's a different person, you know? It's a different person. So technically not cloning. And so like, yeah, we were talking about it and it was like, so would you be able to do that with a cow? And we're just talking about it like, hypothetically, if it was possible, right? If it was possible, what would the defining characteristics of the cow end up being like? I mean, the cow and the human mix be like? And then like a couple of my friends said udders. They're like, yeah, the kid will have udders. And then another person is just like, I feel like the senator would be like the peak mix, which is like extra rare. Because if you think about it, you don't know which parts are going to be changed and what, right? Hello. Sounds utterly weird. I mean, yeah, but like science. Anyway, so like, what's it called? And then I was like, oh, you know how like cows have like multiple stomachs and they can like regurgitate it up to like eat it again, but it like builds up like so much gas and stuff. And then one of my friends was like, oh my god, what if you just like harvest them for methane and use it for like natural gas? And I was like, I feel like anybody could do that. You just need to like have a specific diet. Like regular humans, I feel like any sort of regular humans can can probably do that, like what's it called, provide methane gas, I guess, if they have like a very specific diet. Because I feel like even if you are a mix, like you have a cow's stomach but you're a human, if you still eat like what normal humans eat, I feel like it would still be the same, right? Like I don't know if like that gas is still usable for energy and stuff, but if it is, then like what's stopping people from like using human farts as energy in the future? It's like we were talking about it. Like, yeah, my friends and I were like talking about it. We're just like, so like one of these days, imagine it just becomes a side hustle for people to like go into like a little factory area with like these private rooms, and it just like has like a long tube that like is connected to like a container or something, right? And it's just they pay you to fart into a tube. Oh my god, that was like the conversation that we were having. It's just like, can you imagine having a side hustle of farting? So you need the bacterial breakdown rate of cellulose to produce sufficient methane to actually get enough energy. Oh, but see, what if they advanced science, right, and then made it so that, like, what's it called, they can use the small bits of methane in order to like kind of use it as power, since you know how like certain power resources are limited, like it's not renewable a lot of the times. What if they did like a little test thingy, right, and they made a machine or something, maybe even a portable one, and then it depends, and then the more you fight, the more you get paid. Just eat like a whole bunch of beans, you know? Eat a whole bunch of beans and eggs and stuff. And if you're, oh my god, dude, if you're lactose intolerant, that would be like actually free money. Dude, that would be like free money. The factory will stink so bad, that's true. Can you imagine it? It's like firemen would have firemen. Can you believe it? We're gonna turn the pipes brown. I'm sure if we're in a world where there is a lack of energy and that is the only means of getting like renewable energy, I'm sure some brown pipes are not gonna be as big of an issue. Did you know that poop is only brown because of dead blood cells that gets mixed into it? What a conversation, right? Harvested like in the Matrix, but with farts. Burning the beans is faster. True! You're so right. Just burn beans. That's an interesting fact. Yeah. And you know how I came to know about that fact? You know how I managed to know about the fact that like the why the poop has color is because I was talking about, because you know how like some foods can actually like dye your bowel movements into different colors and everything. I'm not enjoying my meal now. Say like if you eat like, I think it was like spinach, if you eat too much spinach or something, you can have green poop or something like that. So I was like, you know how there's like the white room torture where every single thing in the room is white, and even the food that you get is white and everything, like everything is white. And I was like, I wonder if there is a way to make your poop white as well, so that, because like I think like the way like white room torture works is that you deprave the brain of deprave the brain of like any sort of stimulation, and so like everything in that room and everything that goes into that room ends up being white. But I was like, and because that drives people insane, sometimes they would use their own blood or excrements in order to like have a little bit of pop of color, I guess. And I guess their own skin is a bit of pop of color too. But I was like, I wonder if there's a way to make them like everything white. So that's how I ended up knowing that the color of your poop actually comes from the old blood, like blood cells that got thrown out into the bowel system to be thrown out alongside with other like food stuff, and that's why it's brown most of the time. And if it's like really really dark, it could just be that you have a lot of dead bloods you have a lot of dead blood cells. And if it's red, it would mean that it's like, what's it called? It would mean that there's fresh blood, which could also be really dangerous. So if you ever poop blood, probably go see a doctor. This is like medieval like doctor stuff. Did you know that back in the day they had someone who would look through like the poop to learn stuff about the person? What if it's green? If it's green, I think there's multiple things. One of it could be dietary, and I can't remember the other stuff. I can't remember the other thing, like reason that why it could be green, but like it could be dietary. Like if you eat too many green foods or even like food coloring, sometimes it can dye it a little bit. But yeah, they have that now too, to look through the poop. Oh, I guess they do, yeah. But back in the day, that's the only way they could figure stuff out. And that, like, I think the kings and like the stuff back in the day would have a chamber pot man, and that guy would literally go in and look at like the chamber pot every time the king would go party, right? And be like, yeah, sir, it looks like your bowel movements are quite healthy, and if it's not healthy, it's like, oh well, I think you need to cut down on certain things. I think I read somewhere that sometimes they actually have to physically drink as well, which is disgusting to think about, but like, yeah. A cursed knowledge. Ew. If it's green, I think you're the first person in the cow fusion line. 茶色のものを食べてるから茶色のかと思ってた。違いますよ。Ew, huh? I know. Apparently, like, depending on the taste, you can tell whether or not you have like certain diseases as well. If you eat beetroot, your pee can be red or something like that, right? Or pink. Some things men were just not meant to know. Hey, but what if okay, if you know this information and you check your own bowel movements and you're like, wait a second, that looks strange, and you go to like a doctor because you saw something strange of this, because you know this like weird information, and you prevent yourself from having like a really bad sickness like earlier on, you could save your life. It could save your life, guys. That job better be well paid. I mean, okay, so that job was really well paid because usually the only people who had it was the kings and like the rulers of different places, right? So because you are the chamber pot dude of like the king, usually you get like a lot of honor and you get a lot of money and everything. You get a lot of riches because why? You're technically the closest to the king, because it's like the chamber pot is obviously really private, right? And so like apparently a lot of the times they can actually be like, oh, I think you should do this to the king, and sometimes the king might even listen because this dude's literally like tasting your own pee. Can you imagine? Okay, anyways, yeah, so cuz I know, so that's closer than their own family. Exactly. They're like practically closer than their own family. So sometimes they do get like a lot of respect, even though like I feel like nowadays it wouldn't work out, but back in the day it was a lot of respect. Good thing is nowadays you don't need to taste anything in order to like examine anything. Now all they need to do is like set it through a machine and like look into like what kind of like things are like in the stream, like in your thank God for microscopes. It's not necessary these days, but back then that's all they had, you know. Back then that's all they could do. Crazy, right? How did this conversation even come by? Well, we were talking about like a conversation that I had with my friends about how like if you mix like a human with a cow, like a human cow half breed kind of stuff, right? Like if you would do that, like what would be the characteristics? And then that became like the stomach thingies, and then like the eating the stomachs and like producing methane, and then being like, what if you have like a side hustle of producing methane, and then you can be like rich from that. And then probably not rich, but it can be used for power. And then we started talking about like how food like changes certain things, and then yeah, that's I don't know like specifically when it became this current one. But yeah, gone way too far. You don't need to. You don't. But anyways, you don't have to taste. You don't have to give it a little taste to be able to see it. What you could do is just look. Look. By the way, it is good to look at your bowel movements after you go to the bathroom, because you can actually pinpoint some diseases before it gets too bad. If you just like casually look, be like, oh yeah, it looks alright. But if you see something that's like really, really weird, like what's it called? I don't know. Like, what do they say? Like, they have the ones on the internet, like, what's it called? On the internet, they're like, there's all these different types of poops, and if it gets to one specific one, you need to be careful and go see the doctor. Like if you poop blood or something, be like, go see the doctor. Yeah. Yeah, they say. Okay, so there's this. Brown is healthy. Yellow can be foods, but it can also be metabolic conditions or liver issues. So, if you have yellow poop, go see a doctor. Unless you ate, like, yellow foods. Green, apparently, can be foods, or it can also be, like, some other issues. Red can be blood, so you should see a doctor. White or clear, like gray, apparently is also possible. It's possible, but it's apparently a sign of obstruction, so you need to see the doctor straight away because you're probably dying. And apparently black stool can be caused by medication, but you should see a doctor anyways. You know, apparently. So you don't have to look at it carefully. If you just go, you know. How do you glow? So anyways, apparently it's possible. Great information for pet owners too. True. I think I've seen the white after drinking milk. Sorry. My goodness. Glittery poop. Oh my god, you know the edible glitter? Does edible glitter like break down in your stomach? Does edible glitter dissolve? Or does it show up in your poop? Whether edible glitter dissolves depends on its ingredients. Sugar gum-based glitters dissolved in liquid or moisture, while mica-based pearl dust do not and are designed to stay suspended in drinks. True edible glitter are made from starches will dissolve in your mouth or stomach. Non-toxic craft glitter will not. I guess so. White poop, you can see it come out of seabirds. I don't think it's just seabirds. A lot of birds have it's like white poop. I think poop identification would be such a cool skill to have, especially if you go hiking a lot. Why is that? Oh, like wait, why is that? If it's made out of seaweed? Interesting. This is a very strange conversation we're having. Okay, let's have a different conversation. Let's what's it called? Let's talk about a different kind of conversation. Did you know that like they found a ginormous worm in the Antarctic icebergs? Isn't that cool? Like, isn't that like crazy? You need to make sure no bear is around by identifying poop. How giant is that worm? Apparently, like, I think it was like 10 meters or more. Isn't that crazy? They have infography like that in the clinic labs. Yeah, but apparently they found one that is just frozen, so it could still be alive, and it could be holding eggs. Everything in there is huge. I think like everything back in the day used to be ginormous or something like that. There was another conversation that I was having with like some of the JP members before like a stream thingy. Was how the bananas are just not like, the bananas nowadays are not the same bananas that you used to eat 50 years ago. And banana flavors are based on the bananas from 50 years ago, which is why the banana flavored stuff does not taste like the regular bananas. And the current bananas, the current type of bananas that you eat now are also going extinct. But you never know, because maybe in one of the icebergs hides a banana seed that could come back. So you never know if something way back in the day might come back randomly somewhere as well. Anyone still have bananas? It's because of like a type of like a disease that the bananas caught, because they were trying to mass produce it, and they were planting one banana, like one type of banana in one area, and because too many of it was in the same area, it like produced like a little like virus. I think it was a banana virus, and it killed off the banana trees. And so that's why like the bananas from like 50 or 70 years ago or something are not the same bananas that we know now. The old bananas aren't actually extinct. They just aren't mass farmable currently because of the disease. No, there is one that is extinct as well. There is one that is extinct. And the ones that is like really, really popular now is also being affected by a new type of virus. A new type of like disease. Banana disease. It can still be found still. Pretty sure there was another one before too. Current Cavendish. Yeah, Cavendish is in danger right now. Also probably can't like mass produce it anymore. Ancient bananas with seeds. Yeah, because like the banana seeds are not actually in the bananas nowadays, I'm pretty sure. They have to like actively build bananas, like get banana seeds separately. Did you know the way to grow carrots is to let the carrots like sprout flowers, and then use the flowers to make the flowers make the seeds, and then you can plant those seeds from the flowers to get more carrots. And that's why there are carrot seeds. You know? I just got curious. I'm like, yeah, there are. Okay, there are still potato seeds as well. And it's the same thing. You get it from the flowers. Most of the flowers that, like, most of the seeds that you get for planting, like, crops are from the flowers that are grown on it. Unless it's, like, certain ones, like, I think some of them have, like, big seeds in the actual fruit and stuff itself. That one's different. There is carrot seeds, yes. My reading video. Yeah, you have to dry out the flower, and then you get the seeds that comes from drying it out, and then you have to plant it again. And in order to get that flower, you can technically just get the root part, which is the part that we eat, and plant it down until it sprouts a flower. I'm pretty sure once you get the flower, you can technically eat the root. But I'm pretty sure that when it like grows the flower, the root becomes super bitter. Or something like that. Did you know that like in grapes, in a grapevine, the grapes at the very top of the vine that's like closer to the actual tree is sweeter than the grapes at the bottom, because that's where they get like the nutrients from the tree from. On the other hand, strawberries are opposite. The tip of the strawberry is the sweetest because each strawberry, like, it's connected to the stem directly, so it gets the sweetness to the tip of it first and slowly like fills it up essentially. So it's kind of like different from grapes. But yeah, the grapes one is like, if you eat at the bottom like of the little grapevine, it's less sweet as the top one. So connoisseurs of grape picking, if they go to grape picking and stuff, they'll like pick it up, and you would ideally want to eat from like the ends of it where it's less sweet, and then as you eat up towards the top, it becomes sweeter and sweeter and stuff. So yeah, that's like the ideal way of eating it or something, from what I heard at least. So it's pretty cool. I learned this because I saw like a drama. I think it was a K-drama, and they mentioned it like very quickly. They just briefly mentioned it, and it triggered my hyperfixation for it at one point. And I researched the heck out of it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, it's just like random hyperfixations that I end up getting. Interesting, right? What drama? I forgot the name of it, but it was the one where the main character goes back in time and then ends up going after someone else instead. You can gaslight us everything. I can just like say like random stuff even if it's like not 100% true. Nah, I know, like, I mean, obviously everything I say you have to take with a grain of salt, because I just get all my information from the internet as well. So I'm not a scientist. I'm not a scientist. Take everything with a grain of salt, you know. But yeah, I just think it's pretty cool sometimes. Like sometimes I just have random periods of times where I'm like, oh, what does this do? Like, how do you do this? And how do you do that? And it gets pretty cool with those. I would start to believe it if she says she knows her element chart. No! No! Element chart? Who needs to know that? Why do you need to know the abbreviations when you can just say the full thing? You know? If you know how it works, that's enough, I feel like. Why do you need to know abbreviations? Yeah. Because like you have to like, what's it called? You have to know the full name of it anyways. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end stream here. We had a good Zatsudan session. I'm still not at my regular streaming, what do you call it? I'll have to like get back to my regular streaming setup in order to do regular stream. What about today's shorts? Today's shorts is gonna be released at 8 PM JST like usual. So keep an eye out for it. Nah. Thanks for the fun chat. Yeah. What you said is in fact true, but yeah, I still have to do your own research. Exactly. You just have to do your own research for anything you hear on the internet. Don't just take everything face value. You know? Sometimes not all the information is out there as well. Sometimes you say stuff and then like there's a hidden truth, because even though like most of the time the truth will always come out in the end, sometimes it takes so long that it doesn't matter by the end of it. So take everything with a grain of salt. Everything that's said on the internet, everything that's said in general, take it with a grain of salt and get your own info. Kazu-san, thank you for the stream lives. 疲れてる中配信ありがとう。少しは私になればいいな。ゆっくり休んでお仕事頑張って頑張ります。I'll do my best. Yippee! はい、では Thank you for coming by today. りょうさん Welcome to the dollhouse. ありがとうございます。But thank you so much for coming by to today's stream. We yapped a whole bunch. And I hope everybody had lots of fun. And I shall see you guys most likely on Wednesday. Most likely for a very short stream on Wednesday as well. Otherwise, it might take a few more days, like a few more days before I stream next. But I will still continue to post shorts in the meantime, so keep an eye out on those. Okay, I'm gonna raid into Calyx. Yes, 行きます。おつまりりん。And the moon's blessings be upon your knowledge. おつまりりん。